Now, the other option that I could do is I could take this into Desmos. So let me pull my Desmos screen up. Okay. So here in Desmos, we're going to go through the process. You're going to add a table. So if I click on the little plus sign here, we're going to click on add table. You want to make note of the X1 and the Y1 here. It might be X2, Y2, X3, Y3. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you know what they are, because we're going to write a function that references these two columns. So we're going to go back to our points here. What we're going to do is we're going to add these points into the table. So it's going to be at -3, -4. We're going to have 2, 6, and then we're going to have 4, 24. Okay, and it's going to put the points on our graph, but I'm not showing the graph on here at all because all I'm concerned about is just writing the function for this. So the next thing I'm going to do is down here in the second row, I'm going to create the general form of the equation. So y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, but it doesn't know what I'm referring to here. It says too many variables, try defining a, b, or c. So what we're going to do is we're going to use quadratic regression instead, so we can figure out what the a, b, c's are for this function. So let me get rid of this. So quadratic regression says we're going to define the y1 column. So you just type y1 on your computer, and you'll see that it tells us what the y1s are, -4, 6, and 24. Now, instead of saying equals, we're going to press the shift and then the button to the left of the 1. That is what we call the tilde, or what I call the squiggle. So it's y1 squiggle, and then a x1 squared plus bx1 plus c. Okay, so we are looking specifically for, let me pull this in here. I'm going to screenshot this part of it so I can write on there. So let me pull this in. So now that we've typed this into Desmos, I'm going to go here on my window. I'm going to add it in. And this should match with the same parameters that we just came up with by solving by hand here. So I'm looking specifically at the following parts. So we're going to have an A, we're going to have a B, and we're going to have a C. And it should match with the ABC that we came up with in our function, where A is 1, B is 3, C is -4. And then if it does, if everything on that looks good, that means we've typed all this correctly. So what we can do then is just say, well, if I was to just use Desmos to write the function, then I would just say y equals ax1, which is 1x squared, okay, plus bx1, which is plus 3x, then plus c, which is -4, so -4. Okay, all right. I'll see you in the next video.